One of the things that we all crave as sales professionals is to get people who want to do business with us. So let's picture this for a second. Imagine if you can get a steady stream of referrals. I mean, people who are gonna tell other friends about you and how they love your product or your service and why they should do business with you. And then on top of that, to get more testimonials from those people who are not only referring you, but those people who were referred. Your business would be truly operating at an optimal level, right? Now, the problem is most of us don't get those referrals or we don't get those testimonials. And on today's episode, we're going to talk to you about what you can do to get those authentic, real testimonials and those authentic referrals. Some good stuff today. Good stuff. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, we have your online business expert, Amanda Vilhauer. And Amanda, she is someone that's dedicated towards service. It's what she builds her brand around, and you'll feel it in this interview. She's just super authentic. And today she's going to share with you what you can do to make sure not only that you're generating more testimonials, but you're generating more referrals. She's going to share with you what she does and how it's helped her, and how it can help you if you start applying these things right now. Anyways, I won't take up too much more time. Let's go ahead and dive straight into the episode. Welcome to the show, Amber.
I'm so happy to be here, Donald. You're so awesome. And I just really want to let your listeners know that I'm a fan.
Well, thank you. We are a fan of Amber as well, and we're grateful for your authentic, your authentic voice and just the way that you share wisdom and share insights. No wonder why people obviously gravitate towards the message you share. And I'm super excited that you're willing to come and to share that message or a little bit with our audience today who are selling. But we're going to tap into all that fun stuff, and we're going to get a chance to hear about, get to know Amber and all of her expertise. But before we dive into that, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you do right now?
Right now, I have a company called NGNG Enterprises, which stands for No Guts, No Glory. And I know, I love that too. It's a phrase my mom used to say to me all the time growing up as a kid. And so when I started my business back in 2007, I just thought, what better phrase to remember every day as I face my fears and embark on this journey and into the online world. Yeah. And so today we build high performance websites that are really experiential. And this is part of sales. Your website is the hub and heart of everything else that you do. I want people to land on your website and to experience you before you have to tell them what you do and how you do it and why they should sign up with you. Yeah. The buying behavior, I know you'll agree, has changed, and people are making more gut instinct decisions. They're using their emotions more so. And so you'll see video is a big part of everything that I do in my own marketing and what I recommend to others. So we also have a marketing division where we're helping influencers to start with video and live streaming. But then we teach them how to optimize and repurpose that content for all major online channels, because I want the marketing to be consistent with your essence too. And if you're educating and inspiring your audience, and then you're bringing them back to this website where they get to experience you, there's a consistency that happens, which absolutely impacts sales. And then the last thing that I do is bestseller book launches for authors.
Oh man, look at that. Right up the great alley there. I mean, and so many people listening to this, they're probably like, oh yeah, Amber, you know what we're talking about. Yeah. You're helping them out. So all of our entrepreneurs out there, you're listening to this, you need to go and check out Amber's website. Where can they, before we even get started on the good stuff, what's your website? So somebody's listening right now. They're like,
Amber Vilhauer, kind of a weird last name, Vilhauer. Just Google me. I'm all over the place on YouTube. I've got multiple websites. It's hard to miss me.
Okay, so now you're listening to us and you're checking out Amber's website. Make sure to finish up the whole episode. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But Amber, we have this, we feel very strongly, we know the power of testimonials. We just know they work. And some sales reps are listening to this and they're probably saying, well, Donald, I don't make the decision on that stuff. But you know what? You need to figure out a way to get your clients who are happy with you to take that information and share it back. And you've been able to capitalize on that significantly with your business, how you're able to get so many people to respond with authentic testimonials that's helping to grow business. So I want to pick your brain on that. Is that appropriate? Is that good?
Please. Yeah, I'm actually taking notes here. I have lots to say.
Well, we want to, the idea is we want to get that steady referral rate because we've seen that can come from our testimonials. So before we dive into it, let's break down words real quick and break them down. How do you define referrals in your business, your line of business? I mean, it's just very simple.
For me, it's anybody who's sharing my information with somebody that they know that may or may not be looking for my services. So it's really just word of mouth. It's people sharing my business and what I do. And then I want those people to come back to my website and experience me and then make their own decision about moving forward.
Okay. And then with the testimonials that you guys are getting, are they video, text, all kinds of testimonials?
All kinds of formats. In the early days, it was text-based testimonials, right?
Yeah.
And I had a systematic approach of asking, right?
Yeah.
At the end of a website, when they were celebrating and, they were so happy, I'd say, great, would you mind providing me a written testimonial of your experience? They would come back and say, sure, what do you want me to say? And here's a big distinction, okay? I would say, I don't want to tell you what to say. I literally want you to articulate your own experience with me. So you could be thinking about what was the first experience on the first call we had and how has communication been? How did the project go? What did you feel like when you saw your website for the first time or even today? I don't want to tell you what to say. It's got to be 100% honest. And that's why I have such variety in terms of the way that it's styled, the formatting, the way it's written, but you will also see a lot of consistent keywords throughout my testimonials. It started with text. As video became a little bit more popular, I always ask for video first. Video is the best way to develop personal connection in a digital world. So of course I would want it to be video where it was more authentic. And now, Donald, with the rise in live streaming, I've actually trained my team how to invite our clients into a Zoom room, live stream to multiple social media channels. And this is an opportunity where we are celebrating the launch of a website or the launch of a book. We are interviewing our clients and giving them a platform to share their message and to leverage our following to grow their own. And then we're asking them how the experience was of working with us to make it a win-win. And either way, as soon as these videos are in, whether it's pre-recorded or whether it's a live stream, I actually will optimize those videos on my YouTube channel. And then I'll repurpose them into blog content. I'll put them all over social media. It has to be a regular part of the business to show that we are in business, we are active, our customers are happy, and it just elevates the whole experience overall.
My goodness, you got a machine going there. It's like a well-oiled machine that's just like
you have to. It's a huge opportunity. So why not do it? It's not like it's hard work. Most people just miss the system behind it. If you just think about how to organize it, it becomes a little bit more automated. You get what you want. And then in return, I can't even calculate the return on the business overall. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to break up this into two parts. The first half, I want to talk about what you did to get those referrals. Like, how do you get that consistent referral rate? And then the second part, I want to talk about now that you kind of alluded to it with the testimonials, but I want to hear, and we can go a little bit further, how can we continue to generate those testimonials? Is that fair enough?
Sure.
Awesome. Absolutely. So let's talk to us through that. Like with referrals, how did you, obviously we know the first thing is that you deliver quality website and quality work, so bar none, that's great. But how do we go about getting those people now on a consistent basis? How a sales rep who's listening to this or a business owner listening to this, how did they go about doing that? What's the first step that you would do?
So I'm writing a book right now, Donald, and I have to talk about it right now.
I know somebody who can help you with that book, get it out there.
I know. Oh gosh. I'm really excited about it though, because you would think, looking at my business, that my book is going to be about what a website needs to look like or for how it needs to function.
Yeah.
That's not at all what my book is going to be about. The book, the working title is called Elevate Every Experience. Develop personal connection to scale your influence.
Interesting.
It is my belief that what everybody should be focusing on right now is developing personal connection with each person that they're attracting into their ecosystem, right? Into their sphere of influence. Now, you can actually do that in your marketing through video, right? There are certain techniques we can go into if you want to spend the time that way that will enable people to feel drawn into, connected with you, like they know you, even though they've never spoken to you before. If we start our marketing that way, then how does that translate into the sales experience? Well, there are things that I do into a sales experience that deepens that connection and just gets them more and more drawn in. By the time I have a call with somebody, it's often, Donald, that they say, Amber, it feels like I've just known you for years. And I think, yeah, I know. And I'm very intentional about that. I'm very open and honest about that. I want to develop personal connection with people. When you get into a sales call and a sales environment and they already feel that know, like, and trust factor before they step into it, and if you are really transparent and honest about what you're offering, what the outcomes are, what the payment plans are, I have it in my customer journey that they know all of that before they get onto a call with me. By the time they get into a call with me, there's that consistent experience. We're deepening the relationship further. And then when you go into the fulfillment, Donald, you have to develop it further. It's like you're constantly creating this experience with people, first as a follower, then as a prospect, then as a client, all the way through. It's a consistent experience. So yes, we can build a nice looking website that's going to get you results, but they are drawn in and they stay long term because of the way that we make them feel. It really is that connection. So by the time we have validated them and it's all genuine, this is not like you actually have to want to build relationships with your customers. So disclaimer.
Dang it, man. Talk to people. Shoot.
Well, it's funny because there's like a camp of people that are so focused on getting new customers, and they're not realizing that there's more satisfaction and fulfillment and profit in extending out with your existing customers and keeping them around longer, keeping them happier. My point of going into all of this is because you can't get consistent testimonials or consistently great testimonials unless somebody has had a genuinely amazing experience with you. I think if you can focus on the deliverable and making sure that your product or service is quality, that, and you can document that, then it frees you up to think, how can I improve the experience? What is the style? What's the experience when I'm emailing my client? Is it just, client, here's your preview, thanks, let me know. Or here's the asset you requested. Or is it, hey, I hope you had a great weekend, had some fun with your family, wanted to give you this. You're very thorough in your response. You have a smiley face in there because duh. Right? If you're giving people an experience, then you ask them for a testimonial. It's a yes every time. Because they want to give back to you.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned that part about the experience. I wrote down several things that you shared as you were talking, but one of them was feeling, the personalization, the authentic, like those things. Because I feel when I give a referral, it's because of those. It's because of someone's, not only the fact that they deliver a good product, but again, go back to that feeling, like Maya Angelou said. I remember we had, like we give out, we recommend certain tools. And one of the tools that I absolutely love is a tool called PandaDoc. And from
what is it called?
PandaDoc.
PandaDoc.
So PandaDoc, it's the proposal tool. And I started using them from way back because my feeling of when I first started doing proposal working in the software industry, we had PDFs, and you probably remember this. Like you get a PDF and you fill out a PDF and you send this over to the client. The client prints it out, and he or she has to sign. and then send it back to you. And then hopefully all that gets done within a time frame that's reasonable and not over like 3 weeks before you can actually invoice them.
Totally.
And finding the right one. So I found PandaDoc to be, I remember searching the day, and then they gave me a free trial of using it when I was doing my very first proposal as the sales evangelist. And I was like, no way I'm going to that paper system. And then I tried PandaDoc, and the emotion that I remember feeling was, this is going to make my life easier. I don't want the pain of before. And they made it feel easy for me. They gave me a template, and it was free again to use for like a time period. And then I got hooked. So then, of course, I'm going to buy it. And I've been with them for like 5 years now. But again, and I referred all the time without getting referral. I met with the CRO recently at a conference, and I was like, bro, I'm giving you guys so much business. I should get an affiliate. Like, yeah, you should. He's like, yeah, sign up for the affiliate. Why not? But I did it because I just loved it. And I think that's the same idea with the referrals.
It is.
Because that feeling that it gave you, and like you're saying with your client, they have that connection and the experience that you can offer. And I think anyone can offer experience. It doesn't have to be complicated, right? To give somebody a good experience. It's just that people are, I'm going to say, because I fell in that camp before, was lazy. I wanted the money, right?
Well, and that's why for the working title, I chose Elevate Every Experience, because that makes it easier. Meaning that instead of feeling like, oh, this is something I have to remember and it's this whole process and how am I going to do it? Yeah. No, it's just elevate the experience. Like right now we're having this exchange, right? And I'm having a blast. So thanks again for letting me be here. And even just flashing a smile, and then that made you smile. And it's like that alone elevated the experience. And I'm thinking, well, what else can I do? I think in order to elevate the experience, a couple things. One is knowing who you are is so helpful. I had a rock bottom moment when I was 16 years old. And in that moment, I realized that I was looking outside for fulfillment or happiness, or thinking like somebody would save me from myself, or that, like I didn't realize that the answer really is within. How do I become somebody that I'm proud to be? And what would that look like? How would I be making different decisions to be proud of myself? And what you saw over the next several years was this total transformation, but it enabled me to have better connection with people. Knowing who I am has allowed me to be really open with others. Like we've all had experience talking with people that are really guarded and closed and kind of grumpy. Pretty hard to develop personal connection with those people, right? Flash them a smile, you could break down those barriers. But it's like if you yourself are open and you are in this giving spirit and you're smiling and you're engaging and you're being present, people can't deny that. Like they can only take it in and reciprocate it back. And that is an exchange of a sought after value. That is connection. So if you just focus on how can I make this moment better? How can I make this moment more fun? It's not how do I make my whole life more fun? Oh my gosh, it's this huge project. No, it's just this one moment. Like I have a choice here. How do I choose to show up, and what experience do I want to have with Donald right now? And if you just remember that, honestly, you'll get those testimonials as long as you ask for them. It will absolutely lead to more referrals, and you'll have more personal fulfillment in your work too.
And I also think, I in addition to what you're sharing there, I think taking what you're sharing, I should say, and putting it onto a phone call. I was thinking about that. Sometimes as sales reps, we get leads from, you get your team a bunch of leads, but then sometimes we make a determination about who that lead is before we have a conversation with them. So we're like, oh crap, this is a crappy lead. So I'm going to go to it and just try to dismiss them. When you don't even know that, like you didn't show up. If you showed up with grumpiness saying, oh crap, it's 4:00 in the day and I need to go, let me just call them real quick or send a email, as opposed to, this is probably, pretend like it's your first call of the day, and this one is going to be $1 million opportunity. How would you show up to that? And that help. I mean, just that frame of thought, the way that you position that. I'm thinking that many of us could adjust the way we're doing our discovery, our demos, or our initial conversation, and even the closing conversation, like showing up and being a human. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking. I mean, I could sit here and think, oh, this is an unqualified lead. Or I could think like, this is a breathing human being in front of me that has children has bad days, is affected by viruses and, economic crisis, and is making a million decisions, is probably stressed out, not getting enough self-care time. Like, it's not that I'm trying to paint this horrible picture of how I see humanity, because I actually choose to see humanity in a better way. But I know a lot of people are broken. A lot of people are just doing the best that they can do. And we can all identify with those feelings. So the next time that you're about to get into any call, whether it's qualified or unqualified, it's a human. It's not a lead, it's a human. And maybe you could just try to elevate their day. Like, maybe you could, instead of just saying, oh, well, Bob, what side of the country are you in? Oh, that's cool. What's the weather like there? Maybe instead it's like, come on, we've all been there. But maybe instead you could actually get to know this human. Like, oh, so you're in Dallas. Why did you choose Dallas? Were you always in Dallas? Well, dig deeper with people. And when you open up and ask somebody a deeper question, they actually appreciate it, because they don't want to waste their time either. And it's going to be more meaningful if you do create that connection on that call. Gosh, I could write a book about that. Maybe I will.
That should be the next book. Again, I know people's, right? Sorry for that. I just hit my mic. I want to transition to referrals a little bit more. The testimonials. We kind of alluded to this. You kind of helped us share a little bit about that. You mentioned before that you try to get the testimonials right after the project is done. Is that the best time to get the testimonials? Are there other times in a process where you can get a testimonials, or I want to get your thoughts and your feelings.
I do it all the time. For websites specifically, and I don't know why we're pointing to that, because it's not like that's the main thing I do. It's one of 4 things I do, and it's all pretty even. But with websites, I wait until the end. I've experimented with asking them kind of earlier on, and they're just so distracted and focused on getting the project done that it's just not the best time for them. But at the end, they want to celebrate, and it's just better for that type of project. But I'll give you a completely different example. Sure. I hosted this 2-day live event called Author Up Live. I had a couple of partners. We had about 50 people in the room. And as soon as somebody signed up for the event, this was a $3,500 event.
Yeah.
As soon as they signed up, within minutes, I sent them a personal email. So yes, this was not automated. I sent them a personal email. And I said, Beth, I'm thrilled to see that you signed up for Author Up Live. Could you do me a huge favor? Would you mind pulling out your phone and recording me a 1-minute video just telling me why you're so excited to come to Author Up Live? I would love to share that in the community just to rile people up and get them all excited. Thank you so much for helping me out. And you know what? They did it. I had never even talked to these people. And I'm getting these 1-minute video testimonials of people saying, I am so excited to come to this event. I can't wait. Amber's fantastic. Da, 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 da. And I put that on YouTube. I repurposed it into a blog post. It's all over social media. It's on the sales page of the website. And people loved it. They were happy to share. See, we really do want each other to succeed. And sometimes we forget that. So in that case, I did it right up front. Other times, I can think of my latest book launch was with Mike Michalowicz, the author of Fix This Next. He's fantastic. Go buy that book. Anyway.
We'll put that in the show notes too. Repeat it one more time.
Fix This Next. It's a great book that's going to help you pinpoint the biggest issue in your business right now that's preventing you from further growth and expansion.
Oh, sweet.
Anyway, it's really a hot number right now. But it was about halfway through that I asked Mike if he'd be willing to just share some thoughts. And so he made me an amazing video testimonial. And then at the end said, we haven't yet launched the book, but you can count on me doing another one right after the launch. And anyway, since then, he's referred a ton of people to me as well, which speaks to the quality product and the quality experience. So point is, though, you can do it at different stages. I think it depends on what you're offering and when is a natural moment of excitement for your customer. And then it'll feel less burdensome for them.
Oh, so good. Man, I'm loving this. And you also shared about the testimonial asking for it. Some people have used a camp of saying, well, I want to get testimonials that are going to address objections that I receive regularly. I don't know if that's going to be authentic enough, but I know you kind of mentioned you want people to feel and to share what they feel. What are your thoughts on that side?
I think that there's no wrong path. I really believe that. Big believer that extends out into all areas of my business, but there's no wrong path. So if you are more strategic, you're facing some objections, you're having a hard time overcoming them yourself, and you feel like you need a creative approach, then that sounds reasonable to me. I think it's a good idea to experiment with.
Yeah.
For me and my business, I don't have any sort of structure. I have also known people that will say, like, let's get on a Zoom call and I'm going to ask you these 5 questions and I'm going to edit them into a video that I produce that says your testimonial. Or I've known people that have like a form that people fill out. Here are these specific questions. I'll shape it into a testimonial and give it to you. And that's well and good. I don't judge that. I can't say it's right or wrong. It's just not the path that I take. For me and my business, it's very much in alignment. I just want you to do you, and that's good enough for me. And if I have done my job of creating that personal connection, I know that whatever you have to say is just going to add value. It's going to, help somebody who's trying to get a sense of what it's like working with me. I don't think there's a bad testimonial. I mean, it's just, I want honesty more than anything.
And it also speaks to you as an individual. Again, I think we just need to change the name of this episode to just authentic. But you're very authentic, and I think that's what it alludes back to with your testimonial. You said it's through your brand and through your organization. It just shows that's who Amber is. So appreciate that.
One other thing that I would add is that there is a skepticism out there. Mm-hmm. People look at a bunch of reviews and think, oh, she just wrote these herself. And I don't even mean me. I just mean in general. We go to Amazon and it's like, oh, there's 55-star reviews. Okay. We don't have as much trust around testimonials. Therefore, that tells me, like, I don't want a specific structure or format to my testimonials because it will look like I had more influence over them. I want them to be, some will be 30 seconds, some will be 5 minutes, some will be, somebody's clearly reading some sort of a script because they're scared to death to be on video. Like, they're all a little bit different. And that's good. I want that because it's more honest.
Yeah, I think we have 1 or 2 of those. People are just kind of like, they're just reading it.
But hey, that's cool. I mean, and somebody might think, oh, she gave him a script, but I know the truth. And at the end of the day, if you can go to sleep feeling like I did my part, like I am in integrity, I like who I am, I like the work I'm doing in the world, then you'll have a good night of sleep. That's what I aim for.
You're ethical. That's so good. So we hit up on a lot of stuff today, and I wish I could take you and keep you for like another hour, but I know you got other stuff to do, and we got to finish up our day here as well. But I do want people to get connected with you because you have tons of content. So let's say that, Jamie's listened to this and she want to know how to best connect with you. What's the best place you can go to connect with you to learn from you?
Yeah, it's honestly going to be the website, ambervilhauer.com, or my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is packed with really dense, high value content. Mm-hmm. I'm not somebody that just wastes time or gives a bunch of fluff. Like, I get to the heart of the matter and people really appreciate the value there. So I would have you go there and learn a ton about conversion, marketing, websites, book launches, you name it. So I appreciate the opportunity though. Thank you, Donald. You're awesome.
Of course. If there's one major piece of advice you want folks listening to this episode to walk away with, what's that one major piece of advice, Amber?
I would just say the only way through it is through it. That's what's coming through right now. Yeah. I say that because sometimes we have to face things that feels like a lot of work. We're not really sure what to do, or it seems difficult or muddy. But just the faster you get through it, the faster you're going to be on the other side of it. And sometimes we're listening to these episodes and we think, well, yeah, but she's been in business for a long time, or yeah, but it's easy for her for this reason. And that's not true. Like, I had to go through it too, day by day, decision by decision. So that's what I leave you with.
Oh, we'll love it. Amber, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show today. We appreciate you and appreciate your kind words and your diligence and just all the value you gave us. So thank you.
Appreciate you too.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to this episode and for watching it if you're watching on TSE TV. If you are, I ask that you go ahead and hit subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. If you hit subscribe and you go ahead and hit that chime, that little bell, we're going to notify you whenever we produce another great episode. And I also recommend that you connect with our friend Amanda. She is, again, somebody that's just full of value and also just big on service. And she want to give you great information. We have a link back to her YouTube channel as well, and you can find that down below. But check out Amanda, learn about some of the great things that she's doing, and then see how you can translate this into your business. Also, check out my friends over at Crumble. That CRM is absolutely easy to use, and it's free to start off with. It's crmble.com/TSE. Again, crmble.com/TSE. We share stuff like this. We bring folks on like Amanda because we want to help you. I want you to succeed. I have been there. I know the struggle. I know the difficulties. I want you to find more of those ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you actually connect with them. And I want you to be able to actually close that deal. But most importantly, I want to challenge you each and every single day to go out and do big things. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed the content, I ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up in the bottom right-hand corner. Also, to make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. This way, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest sales strategies, latest tools, and things that are going to help you to not only find more prospects, but to close more deals. Thanks so much.